Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm filming the 2020 RAV4 Hybrid Limited versus the all-new 2021 Toyota Venza XLE trim. And unfortunately, I know it's not going to be a apple-to-apple comparison with the trim levels, because Toyota only limits the Venza here to 3 trim levels, which is the LE, the XLE, and then the Limited trim. But Toyota gives the RAV4 here all different types of trim levels, even to an off-road package. But looking here underneath the RAV4, this has the company's 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It makes 219 horsepower. It's paired with a CVT transmission. As the RAV4 sits here, it weighs 3,700 pounds. Fuel economy for the RAV4 is rated at 41 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 40 combined. So it gets really good fuel economy, and it does come standard with all-wheel drive. Tow 1,100 pounds with the RAV4. Making our way to the Venza here, this has the same 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It makes 219 horsepower. And fuel economy for the Venza is rated at 40 in the city, 37 on the highway, and 39 combined. And unfortunately, I couldn't find actual towing numbers for the Venza here. And as this one sits, it weighs 3,900 pounds. So the fuel economy is a little less compared to the actual RAV4 here, which gets about a good 1 to 2 mpg better. And all-wheel drive is going to come standard with the RAV4 here. But I'm going to shut the hood, and we're going to talk about front styling of both the RAV4 and the Venza. So after shutting the hood here of the RAV4 and the Toyota Venza, my tester is painted in this Blizzard Pearl exterior color. My tester is painted in this gray exterior color. But let's start off with the RAV4 here with the styling. Looking here at these headlights, they're going to be an incandescent turn signal with an LED headlight with an LED daytime running light. When you do get these halogen fog lights here, parking sensors, there's this blue painted Toyota emblem here, which is front and center. This grille here is off the Tacoma, which gives the RAV4 more of an aggressive look. But honestly, I do like the styling of the RAV4. It looks really nice, it looks really aggressive. But making our way over here to the Venza here, this is a newer vehicle. This rides on the same platform as the Harrier, which is in the Japanese market, but we don't get the Harrier here in the United States. We just get the Venza. These are going to be a full LED design with an LED turn signal and LED daytime running light with an automatic low and high beam. You get the same automatic low and high beam for the RAV4 as well with these LED headlights here. Front parking sensors are going to be standard, and unfortunately you do not get full LED headlights down here for some reason. Toyota, come on. There's an opening where the fog lights should go, but on the RAV4 you do get fog lights, but they're going to be on halogen projection. But Toyota does not give you fog lights here on the actual Venza. There's this blue painted emblem here as well to signify that you have the hybrid version of both these vehicles. I want you guys to comment down below, what do you think about the Venza here on my right side, and what do you think about the RAV4 here on left side of me? I want you guys to comment down below, what do you think about both of these vehicles? Honestly, if I had to pick, I would pick the Venza here because it looks more luxurious compared to the RAV4. But the RAV4 does not look bad. It looks more truckish. It looks more off-road ready compared to the actual Venza. The side profile of the Toyota RAV4, looking at these tires and wheels here, these are a 225/60 with tire. They're wrapped in this 18-inch rim design. I like the alloy finish here, 4 disc brakes for all 4 wheels. There's this hybrid badge here, this LED sight marker, and my Tesla does have a standard sunroof, but you can get a panoramic sunroof for $1,000, if a little bit more, around $1,500. There's some black cladding here on the side profile. There's this all-wheel drive badge. It does come standard with all-wheel drive, so it's a rear motor powering the rear axle back here. What you guys to comment down below what you think about the actual side profile. The wheelbase for the RAV4 is 105.9 inches with an overall length of 180.9. So the RAV4 is a big vehicle, but compared to the Venza here, starting with these tires and wheels here, these are a 225/55 with tire, but these are a 19-inch rim design. I like the alloy finish here with the multi-spoke, 4 disc brakes for all 4 wheels. And I forgot to mention, the RAV4 Hybrid normally comes with blue painted struts, but my tester over there had the black painted struts, so I'm not sure why Toyota didn't put blue painted struts on the actual hybrid trim there. There's this subtle hybrid badge here on the side fender, LED side marker, and my tester is missing the Stargaze sunroof there. What do you guys think about the side profile of the Venza? Are 105.9, so they both share the same wheelbase, but the Venza is 186.6 inches, so it's 6 inches longer compared to the RAV4. And honestly, can you guys tell here on camera which one's the bigger vehicle? And honestly, I really can't tell. I'm not sure if it's the RAV4 or is it the Venza, but in reality, the Venza is additional 6 inches longer compared to the RAV4 here. But you guys comment down below, which side profile do you like the most? Honestly, I'm gonna go for the RAV4. It looks more bigger, it looks longer compared to the Venza. It looks more compact compared to the RAV4. So looking at the rear of the Venza and the Toyota RAV4, to start out with the RAV4 here, this does have an LED combination with an LED brake light and incandescent turn signal with an LED reverse light. There's this limited badge with your hybrid badge there. Rear parking sensors. I like the aluminum painted bumper here. Dual tip exhaust. Your RAV4 badge, which is there. This rear wiper to keep the rear glass clean. This blue painted Toyota emblem here. This is a standard backup camera. But open up the cargo capacity back here. But I'm gonna make my way over here to the Toyota Venza and talk about the back, like the rear back here. There's this third brake light which lives up here. This rear wiper to keep the rear glass clean. Full LED tail light. Unlike the RAV4, which has an incandescent design, there's the XLE badge there, the hybrid badge. Looking down here, the turning signals, the reverse light are gonna live down here in the actual bumper housing. Rear parking sensors, dual tip exhaust, just like the RAV4 guys. LED light for the tag, and then there's gonna be an backup camera there. Open up the cargo back here. They both have power lift gates, but starting with the RAV4 with the capacity, the RAV4 is rated at 37.5 cubic feet of space, and when you fold down those rear seats, there is rated at 69.8 cubic feet of space. So pretty good, decent cargo space back here. But looking at the Venza here, it's rated at 28.7 cubic feet of space. When you fold those rear seats down, you get 55.1 cubic feet of space. So remember guys, the Venza here is 6 inches longer than the RAV4, but the RAV4 has the most cargo compared to the Venza. So I'm not sure how Toyota did their packaging, but the RAV4 is going to win in the actual cargo capacity. So honestly, I would just rate the RAV4 because it has the most cargo. And as you can see, looking at the RAV4, it's a little lower compared to the Venza. The Venza sits higher, as you guys can see. Look how high that is there compared to the actual RAV4, which is just a little lower. But let's hop into the interior. So I'm sitting inside the interior of the RAV4 here, looking at this interior. This interior, honestly, I think it looks a little bit better. You guys can hear that traditional chime from Toyota. But shutting the door here, door sounds nice and solid. The materials here are going to be a soft touch material with the stitching, 2-person memory seats, this aluminum door handle. It is 1 touch up, 1 touch down for all 4 windows. Your lock controls, mirror controls are going to be here. An automatic high beam switches, which is here. This additional storage up here. Probably rest your wallet there or whatnot. Your trunk release button here. I'm missing some functions here. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm missing it. Maybe a heated steering wheel button. Your headlight stock controls are going to be here. Your wind wiper stock is going to be there. Your Toyota emblem here. This airbag covers. Same steering wheel looks like off the Avalon that I showed you guys. If whenever I post this video first, it's kind of the same steering wheel. Forward collision warning, lane keep assist, your cruise controls, radio presets, your voice commands. This little circle here to cycle through this LCD display up here front and center. It shows you where the all-wheel drive power is being split. It shows you where the energy is being flowed to, so it's going back into the battery. Your trip, and just shows you different functions like that. This does have Toyota Safety Sense P, so blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, forward collision warning, lane keep assist, lane trace assist. Nice leather up steering wheel. Upper part of your dashboard is a nice soft touch ejection molded plastic. This is the 8-inch display here. I'm gonna unlock my phone so I can show you guys how the Apple CarPlay looks. As you guys can see, this is an 8-inch display. Nice. I like the new update that Apple has to offer here. You can see your phone, music, maps, going here to the Apple Maps here. Nice clear design. Put in the 3D, 2D, whatever you guys would like. Going back to the Toyota system here, just click the home button there. Same screen, show you different apps and whatnot. Going back here to the navigation. This is the TomTom navigation, really fast and snappy. I know most people will just connect their phone like I do down here to show you the Apple Maps, Waze, or whatever maps that you guys use. And my Tesla does have the rear view camera mirror. You can show you the actual mirror just in case you don't want to look at that rear view camera mirror like that. But I think this is a nice touch. They got this from Cadillac. I think Cadillac was the first to offer that. Up here, there's a sunglass holder there. Your dome lights up here, SOS. And my Tesla does have a standard sunroof with this shade you can close. I'm missing the actual panoramic sunroof for about $1,500 or $900 or whatnot, but you can get a panoramic sunroof on the RAV4. The soft touch material does continue here on the dashboard. Soft touch ejection molded plastic up there. This silver painted trim, more additional storage, just like on the Highlander. There's this same storage here. The glove box is damped, but it's not lined with felt. The seats in here are really comfortable. Surprised my Tesla don't have the blue inserts with the blue stitching, which I think it will look really nice in this interior here. Looking down here, there's a 12-volt USB ports. Putting the RAV4 into reverse, you guys can see this is a grainy backup camera, but front and rear parking sensors. You have this mode here to show you a wide mode. This does have rear cross traffic alert, rear blind spot monitoring. Kicking over here to the left, different sport mode. My iPhone 11 could barely fit in this cubby tray. I'm surprised to see there's no wireless charging pad here. There's electronic parking brake, auto hold. You have a trail mode here, an eco, sport. You can just switch this rotary dial. It does change the gauge closer up here to green. Red is for sport, of course. In EV mode, like I mentioned about Toyota's EV mode, they should just beef the batteries up and give it more range. If you want something with a little bit more range, Toyota's offering a Rav4 Prime, which you can get around 42 miles of electric range. There's this silver painted trim here, this nice material around the actual shifter there. Only heated seats, surprised to see on my actual limited trim. They normally offer cool seats on the limited trim. Dual climate control, these big knobs here with this rubberized piece, which has a nice feel to them. Some storage down here, cup holder and whatnot. The center console here is nice and padded. 2 quick charging USB ports inside. There's this removable tray, a deep amount of storage in there. 2 cup holders, more brown trim here just on this little part here, and also here's some brown trim. My Tesla does have the JBL sound system, which sounds pretty good. But overall, the interior here of the Rav4 is really nice. But let's hop into the Toyota Venza. So I'm sitting inside the interior of the Toyota Venza here, looking at this interior. I showed you guys this interior before, so I'm gonna be really brief with the interior, just like I was really brief over there with the Rav4. Soft touch material on the door panels, some stitching here, some aluminum accents, aluminum door handle, 2-person memory seats. You get the same 2-person memory seats on the actual Rav4. It is 1 touch up, 1 touch down for all 4 windows. Your lock controls, you can power fold the mirrors in. Unlike the Rav4, you can't power fold those mirrors. You have to do it manually. There's your dimmer switches, automatic high beam, stability control. I'm missing 2 functions here. Your heated steering wheel and your trunk release. It is a manual telescoping wheel, just like in the Rav4 as well. I forgot to mention that. Starting up the Venza here, put your foot on the brake and press the power button there. Just like the Rav4, it did have a quiet startup noise because it doesn't use the actual combustion engine to start it up. There's a power meter here, your speedometer. You have this LCD display here. This does have Toyota Safety Sense P, which includes lane departure, lane trace assist, forward collision warning, rear cross traffic alert. So it does come with the same features as in the actual Rav4. We can cycle through this LCD display. It shows you where the power is being split. This does have the all-wheel drive system, which comes standard on the Rav4 hybrids and the Toyota Venza, which is only a hybrid now. You have your different audio sources, which is your FM, AM, or you have your phone connected. Like I mentioned, your driver support, your fuel economy, and whatnot. Looking here, there's some controls on the steering wheel, forward collision warning, blind spot monitoring, your cruise control, radio presets, volume controls. You have this little circle here to cycle through that LCD display there. The upper part of your dashboard is a nice soft touch material here, but back here, it's going to be a cheap plastic. So Toyota did some cost cutting there. Unlike the Rav4, that whole dashboard is going to be a soft touch material. So I'm not sure what happened between the Rav4 and then the Venza. Looking here at this 8-inch display. 8-inch display is going to come standard on all trim level of the Venza. You have the option in that 12-inch display. As you guys can see, too much real estate. They should just fix this. We do get a volume and tuning knob. Your air vents are going to be down here. Dual climate control. My Tesla does have heated and cooled seats through level. 2 cup holders here. Does have the shifter, putting the Venza into reverse. You can see nice backup camera, same as the Rav4. It's grainy, but you know, it shows you a lot. Front parking sensors, rear parking sensors. You have a different mode here as well, different camera view to show you wide mode. Kicking over here to the left, sport mode. Unlike the Rav4, my Tesla does have a wireless charging pad, which is kind of tucked away. 2 USB ports and an aux. I'll show you guys the navigation here really quick. Same like the Rav4, really snappy once you connect your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Going here to the Toyota head unit here. Same as the Rav4, same display, show you either your energy meter there. Going back to the Apple CarPlay, show you guys the Apple Maps there. You can use your Apple Maps, Google Maps, Waze, whatever maps you would like to use. And above me, my Tesla is missing the fixed Stargaze sunroof here, but these are the soft tech leatherette seats here. They're a $510 option. Honestly, I would just spec in these seats. But unfortunately, you can't get those on the Rav4. The Rav4 does have some comfortable seats, but I would prefer the seats on the actual Venza here. They're more comfortable. They hold you in place. Some stitching down here and whatnot. This center console here is nice and padded. You can slide this forward and back. You can open it to reveal your storage. And there is also a 12-volt inside there. And some more nice touch materials here. It's nice and padded there. More of that soft text leather material. But overall, I like the Rav4 interior a little bit better. Like I told you guys in the other Venza review, I like the Rav4 a little bit better over the Venza because this looks not the best. I wish Toyota dropped the ball when they were redesigning the interior here of the Venza. Looking at the glove compartment here is damp, but it's not lined with felt. But let's hop into the back seat of the RAV4. I'm sitting inside the back seat here of the RAV4, shutting the door here. Door sounds nice inside. The materials do continue to the back seat. Nice soft touch material, stitching there, aluminum door handle, your window switch, which is here, and has a nice tactile feel to it. Down here, which is a cup holder. Toyota Racy legroom back here at 37.8 inches of legroom. I only have one mat pocket back here, so there's not really too much storage back here. There's air vents, 2 quick charging USB ports. The floor back here is not flat, but you could definitely fit 3 full-size adults back here. I do have plenty of headroom here. I'm only 5'8", and you can also recline these seats ever so slightly. So it does have this light recline feature here. But putting this armrest down here, there's 2 cup holders with a nice area to rest your elbows. But overall, the seats back here are really nice. It's like the same seats that's in the front seat of the RAV4, but let's hop into the back seat of the Toyota Venza. Inside the back seat of the Toyota Venza, looking here, Toyota says you get around 38.1 inches of legroom. So that's more legroom than the actual RAV4. This vehicle is 6 inches longer, but shutting the door here, the door sounds nice inside. The same materials does continue to the actual back here. So Toyota didn't do any cost cutting with the RAV4 or with the Venza when it came to the materials. There's 2 rear vents down here, 2 quick charging USB ports. The floor back here is not flat, but you can definitely fit 3 average size adults. But there is 2 pockets. You only get 1 mat pocket in the RAV4, so it's a bit of storage back there in the RAV4. You get the same setup here, 2 quick charging USB port, 2 air vents. Putting this rear armrest down here, there's 2 cup holders, nice area to rest your elbows, and the batteries live underneath the rear seat here. Same in the RAV4 and same here in the actual Toyota Venza. I have plenty of headroom here, but there is LED lighting throughout the whole entire cabin. The RAV4 didn't give you LED lighting, they just gave you incandescent. But let's take the RAV4 out and see how it performs. Starting off in the 2020 RAV4 Hybrid Limited trim, this has Toyota Safety Sense 2.0. It does have blind spot monitoring, lane trace assist, adaptive cruise control, low speed follow, so this thing will brake and accelerate for you. Starting off, honestly, I could tell, I drove the RAV4 plenty of times before, and I'm impressed every time that I drive it. It has a really smooth ride quality, a good commanding view of the road here, and it's really quiet in this interior. Our Tesla has a rear view camera mirror, which shows really clear, nice resolution here. This does come standard with Toyota's all-wheel drive system, so there's a rear electric motor powering the rear axle there. And I live here in Miami, so the weather is a little crazy. As you guys seen, when I was filming, it was raining, but now all of a sudden the rain is coming, so I'm just trying to get filming done. Visibility out of the RAV4 here is really good. I feel like I'm sitting higher in the seat compared to the Venza when I did the interior scene. It felt like I was sitting, I'm sitting a little higher in here. I have a good commanding view of the road here. The hood bow just does not get in the way of my me seeing anything. These big side mirrors here, they're actually mounted to the door panel instead of the actual frame of the car. So there's this little opening here that I can see around the mirror, so I can get a little bit better visibility here. The seats in here are comfortable. I'm on a long road trip with these seats, but they're not aggressively bolstered. On the Venza, I felt like they're a slight they had a slight better bolstering to them, and they actually have a softer material. They have the soft text leatherette for like 510 bucks. Honestly, I would just spec that in. I don't think the RAV4 you can get that on the actual RAV4. 2-person memory seats, so you have your wife, your kids, or whatever, they can set their seats up. It's memory, so it does remember once you click that button, it will just adjust the seat how it was before. This has Toyota's 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It makes 219 horsepower, standard all-wheel drive. Like I mentioned, rear electric motor powering the rear axle. Put my foot down here. It does pick up speed really quick. I do have this 7-inch cluster screen here. This is a full LCD display. Where Toyota just went with a full LCD display instead of having these analog gauges here, like for the power meter and the fuel economy. I mean the fuel reader there and the coolant temperature. But that's just me nitpicking. Nice leather wrap steering wheel. Honestly, the RAV4 is a well-rounded family hauler, but it's crazy to me how Toyota did the actual like packaging for that car, like when it came to cargo capacity, because the RAV4 is 6 inches shorter compared to the Venza, which is at 186 inches, while the RAV4 is at 180. So, but the RAV4 has more cargo. So if you're looking for more cargo, you should just get the Venza. I mean, get the RAV4 because you get 67.8 cubic feet of space back there in the rear once you fold down those rear seats. So if cargo is your thing, then I honestly would just say get the RAV4. Both of these are really good vehicles, and it's really hard for me to say which one I would pick, but I might just go for the Venza. It looks more luxurious. The RAV4 looks more off-road ready. It looks aggressive. It's like the pickup truck lineup, like the Tacoma. It looks just like the Tacoma, but honestly, the RAV4 is a really well-rounded vehicle, and honestly, I'm really surprised with how Toyota packaged this thing when it came to cargo, even though it's 6 inches shorter compared to the Venza. But let's hop into the Toyota Venza. Starting off in the Venza here, I just got out of the RAV4, and honestly, I really can't tell the difference. This vehicle does not feel 6 inches longer, like I mentioned, but they do share the same wheelbase. They share the same powertrain, which is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, which makes 219 horsepower. Toyota does not quote the actual torque output numbers for their hybrid systems, but honestly, the Venza is kind of like a Lexus, in my honest opinion. It looks really elegant, looks really smooth. It drives smooth as well. My Tesla has the 3-level heated and cooled seats. Unfortunately, guys, I can't really talk. I'm talking over my words here. But it does have a 3-level heated and cooled seats. They're part of a package. They're part of that soft text leather seats package that my Tesla has, which makes these seats way better than the actual RAV4. And unfortunately, I'm missing the Stargaze sunroof. The RAV4 had a standard moonroof, which is about $1,000. Honestly, I'll just spec that in, or the panoramic sunroof for about $1,500 or around $915. I think I've seen Toyota says how much it really cost. But these two vehicles share the same 0 to 60 in 7.6 seconds, so they're really peppy engines. I wish Toyota beefed the batteries, like I've been saying in the last couple of reviews when I've been reviewing some of their products. They should just beef the batteries, make the batteries a little bigger. I'm going to do an acceleration one really quick. I was impressed with the Venza when I first drove it a couple of days ago. I'm going to put it into sport mode and hit the accelerator. The 4-cylinder, it sounds okay. It's not a Burberry V8 or anything like that, but it sounds really good. But these seats in here are really comfortable. They're more aggressive bolster compared to the RAV4 that I just got out of. Visibility in here is really good. This has Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, lane trace assist, lane departure, forward collision warning, rear cross traffic alert, front and rear parking sensors. These side mirrors are really big as well. Same like the RAV4, they're mounted to the door, so I have really good visibility around the actual mirrors here. Steering has a nice feedback to it, really playful steering. Same thing like the RAV4. So Toyota did a really good job when it came to designing the quote-unquote Venza here, but it's has some traits with the Harrier, which is in like the Asian market or Japanese market over there. And honestly, I'm really impressed with the driving dynamics of both the RAV4 and Venza. And honestly, if I were to blindfold myself and just get inside one of the cars, I really wouldn't tell the difference. Maybe with the seat adjustment, because in the RAV4 I sit a little higher and have a little bit better commanding view of the road compared to the Venza. But the Venza does not have bad visibility, but it does. These seats in here don't feel as high seats as it does in the actual RAV4 that I just got out of. But I want you guys to continue to watch this comparison video and be honest with me in the comment section. Which one do you like the most? Honestly, you guys have to wait to the end of this video so you guys can get my final judgment on which one did I pick, or which one did I pick. But I want you guys to just comment down below and just be honest. Which one do you guys like the most? After spending time with the 2020 RAV4 Hybrid Limited and spending time with the 2021 Toyota Venza XLE. So starting price for the RAV4 here is at $36,880. The grand price for this RAV4 here with all the bells and whistles is at $43,378. Starting price for the Venza here is at $36,000. So the RAV4 is expensive by $880. So that's starting price wise. And the grand total with all the bells and whistles for the Venza here is at $43,428. So the Venza is expensive by $50 whole. Both these vehicles share the same powertrain. They both have a really nice ride quality, really soft and smooth. Comes with Toyota Safety Sense, so it does have a lot of standard tech. So if you're looking to put one of these in your driveway, honestly, I would just go for the Venza. It looks better. even though it has less cargo. If cargo is your thing, then I'll just say just put the RAV4 on your list instead of the actual Venza, even though the Venza is an additional 6 inches longer. But I like to give a special thanks to South Dade Toyota for providing me with both the RAV4 Hybrid Limited and then the Venza XLE. If you guys are looking to purchase either one of these vehicles, you can come to South Dade Toyota and ask for Wilford or the general manager Tony. And I hope you guys have enjoyed my full overview on the 2020 RAV4 Hybrid Limited and the 2021 Toyota Venza XLE. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews, and please keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll catch you all in the next video.